Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the KSUIF podcast. This is episode 8. I am your host, Matt Ackerman, and of course, to my left, as always,
Mike Tkeski. It's also episode 9. You said 8.
Oh, crap. Yep, episode 9.
Restart.
No, we're not
it's
restarting.
okay.
Episode 9. We have a special guest this week sitting across from me.
My name is JT Smith. I'm a freshman here, and thanks for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here.
It's great that you're here because we can talk about music finally. What do you do?
Awesome. Well, I'm a freshman here. I'm currently studying entrepreneurship, but I'm also minoring in jazz studies. I'm a drummer, so
Nice.
that's where some of my music experience comes from.
Nice.
Cool.
My music experience comes from CDs when I was a kid, and then anything classic rock that my dad would listen to on the radio.
Sweet. Awesome. I grew up listening to all kinds of classic rock. That's what my dad always listened to. So
Yeah, my dad always had me. I was exposed to like Aerosmith and
Sweet.
AC/DC and all
Yeah.
that stuff at like a very young age, and it was just a good thing to be exposed to when you're younger because you appreciate it a little bit more.
Definitely.
But I feel like at the same time, it's double-edged. It makes you hate music now, like new music.
That is true.
Well, I don't know.
Because it's all pop.
Not all music. At least like music. I don't know. Like you can like music that. I don't, like alternative music that comes out
Sure.
today, indie music,
Yeah,
like
I
all
guess
that
that's
stuff. I
true.
think you would have a little bit of a distaste for like Ariana Grande stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it all kind of
Sure.
sounds the same. Like
Yeah.
she's talking through a can. No offense to anybody who actually likes her. But yeah, I mean that's my experience with music. I remember, I don't know. I tried to get into music when I was younger. I think
I took guitar lessons
Yeah, I
for
tried-
like a
well,
hot second.
Cool.
I tried to take guitar lessons, but I was a kid that just didn't want. I had no patience whatsoever.
Yeah,
So like I
sure.
was, what is it? I remember when I was given an electric guitar. I forget what like model it
Sure.
was, but
It was probably just a Fender or
it
something.
was maybe a Fender, yeah. And then I also had
Some
guitar
generic.
lessons. I had guitar lessons over in the like Woodsies over in Kent or over in
Okay.
downtown, and I think I took those lessons for like 4 weeks and then stopped.
Stopped.
Like, what I learned was how to do the opening to Smoke on the Water,
Nice.
and I don't know
Classic.
how to do that anymore.
That's all I know on guitar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But like I stopped playing guitar, and I'm like I just wasn't patient with any
Sure.
instrument that I ever played in my entire life. So
Sure.
I remember in middle school, or no, it was intermediate school, like 5th and 6th grade. I played the trumpet, and then I played the tuba.
okay.
Trumpet,
I stopped- yeah,
I played that.
I play
stopped-
euphonium, so I'm a
Yeah,
little brass
I-
guy too.
I stopped playing the trumpet. I don't know why, because that was like the only instrument I was good at. And then I transferred over to the tubas, and
Nice.
I was even less versed in that. To the point where when it came time to our first recital, or like our big thing, we're like,
Mhm.
oh, the 5th graders and the 6th graders, and like here's their band together. They said, yeah, we're not doing tubas because you're not ready. Like, okay, yeah. So they just cut out the tubas entirely. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing tubas anymore.
Wow.
Like that was, yeah. And I just stopped instruments altogether after that. I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not that good.
I know what you mean with being impatient. That's why I chose drums, because if you get frustrated when you're playing, you can just hit a bunch of crap.
I've always wanted to play drums because like I don't want to sound like pretentious, but I feel like it's like easier. But like
Yeah, it's definitely the easiest instrument to learn. Almost every musician knows how to just hold a beat on a drum set, but I think, and most people agree, it's the hardest to get good at because you eventually start using all 4 of your limbs and incorporating
because
that
it's
kind of
all
stuff.
coordination.
Sure.
Like you got to get it right.
Yeah, and
otherwise
I'm
you're-
super uncoordinated when I'm not behind the drums. I mean, clumsy, but
like even just like times where I'm listening to like any song that has a good like
Yeah.
beat to it, I'll be like trying like okay, so
Yeah.
just like doing that.
anybody who can hold time can play a groove. But
Yeah, like oh god. But
Yeah.
like I've always wanted to play drums, but I know that I have no space to actually play the
Sure.
drums. Because like wherever I live, like it's not like good enough.
yeah,
And you
So,
really
like-
can't have that's one of the instruments that you can't bring with you to an apartment complex.
Yeah, I mean,
because
you-
it's
you
like
could. Oh, wait, you can't.
You
You can't
could,
play 'em.
but you're gonna get a lot of noise complaints.
Oh,
And
definitely.
probably get kicked out of that complex very
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, I live in the middle of my town where I'm from, New Philadelphia, and my neighbors are fine with it. They said they like hearing me improve over the years.
Yeah.
But actually, when I first started taking lessons, my parents wanted to make sure I was dedicated before they spent money on a drum set.
Yeah.
So I spent the first about 6 months of my lessons on a Rock Band drum set, like from the video game.
Nice.
So that's how I learned, and then
I love Rock Band. Where I didn't play Rock Band first. I played the Guitar Hero
Guitar
World
Hero.
Tour game. Like that was when I first got all those instruments.
Sweet.
And I think that's what kind of got me interested in playing the guitar the first time was playing Guitar Hero.
cool, yeah.
And I love
Definitely.
Guitar Hero. I missed that game so much. And like
Yeah.
it became like Guitar Hero Live stuff, which like you got to move up.
Then
the
it went to like the what was the one? It was like the Rocksmith came out.
Oh yeah, Rocksmith was actually a very interesting thing.
Yeah, because it actually taught like you how to play.
It got you it started you off small, like just play like this certain riffs, but like just one note at a time. And like if you got like those verses, it would like bump up the difficulty and it would have you try even harder.
Yeah.
And I remember again, zero patience. So when I got that game and I put my guitar in, it was like, oh, this is just whatever. And I was playing the same song over and over again because I didn't like music most of the time. I wasn't like, I don't want to listen to music, but like going back at looking at Rocksmith, like there were actually some good titles in that game.
Yeah.
But isn't that how like you get good at playing an instrument? You just keep repeating playing like a song.
Yeah, you practice something till you get sick of it, and then you practice it some more. That's what the guy who taught me how to play drums always told me.
Yeah,
so.
Cause that's what I do. That's what I do. Because now like I used to I have a keyboard in my apartment now, and it's not like it's really bad because it's an old like Yamaha keyboard or something. And I used to like play it when I had it at home until I moved out here, and then I just brought it with me because I was like, I'll pick it up again. And like I would hit it a little bit, and then I would like, I'm gonna learn a song or a little something. I'll do that. I'll learn the song, but then I can never do both hands. I can only do one. And then now it's like, okay, I know a couple songs, but it's like the same songs, and I don't try anything new because I'm like, I know a few songs, and that's all. Same with like my ukulele. It's like I know a couple songs on that, and then I won't learn anything new, but I'll know like the chords and like how to switch to them and stuff. So I can like do a little improvise.
Yeah, and that's how you learn new stuff. You know, people think when you want to start an instrument, like it's just the thing with the guy who taught me drums. Every new student wants to learn Wipeout. You know, just the really iconic drum song, but just like any instrument, you don't learn songs, you learn the technique, you know. So with, you know, any type of melodic instrument, you learn scales and then you incorporate that into learning songs. And same with drums, you know, it's all based on rudiments. You wouldn't just learn how to play specific songs because after that it's like, oh yeah, no, I can only play these songs and nothing else.
Right.
There's always like a song that you listen to that you feel like you can play.
Sure, yeah.
Because like I think, what was it, when I wanted to play guitar, the one song that I knew I wanted to try to play was Say It Ain't So by Weezer.
Okay, yeah.
Because like it's such a good.
It's a good song, but
it's a good song, but like it's very ambitious. And it's just like the, you know, and then
I would have started with like Seven Nation Army.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know, but like and then like recently when I was like, I want to play bass, the one song that I wanted to try to learn first was
Psycho Killer.
No, it's Do I Want to Know by Arctic Monkeys.
Cool.
Because like it's such a good bass line.
I played that on my guitar, and you were like, that's the bass line part, and I was like, no, I was like, you could play it though, still on guitar.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was.
Well, yeah, but I think I don't know if
because there's a differentiate, like they're different in certain ways.
I don't know. I still don't know much on guitar. I'm in the process of relearning the chords for it.
Cool. Okay.
Guitar, because my cousin gave me his old electric guitar, and that thing's like so dirty and like beat up. I have to change the strings on it still. The strings are like so bad that I'll tune it in one day and it'll be good until I set it down, and then the next day they're all out of tune.
Oh yeah.
And I'll have to tune them all again. But I've just been in that process of like kind of learning the chords, and I can get them because like I don't know if it's just because like I've gotten better at like strumming with the uke and like doing chord changes and stuff like that. But I just feel more comfortable now with the guitar.
Cool.
As well.
And we were talking about Rocksmith. Like I just decided to look up the soundtrack for it, and there are some songs in there that are like very ambitious for someone to learn like right away. Like "Bat Country" by Ben Sevenfold. Like right away, yeah, let's do that. Like there's a lot of good songs in here. You got "Peace of Mind" by Boston, "Pour Some Sugar on Me" by Def Leppard.
Nice.
You got the Kinks.
A lot of classic bands.
Yeah, Oasis. There's Paramore on there.
Nice,
yeah.
Dude. I have to say, out of a lot of bands that I listen to, a lot of them come from the same label.
Okay.
Like they all come from like Atlantic or like Fueled by Ramen. I think is what the like YouTube like name is, and I think that's their label too.
No,
unless it's like I think it's Warner Brothers Music.
No, it's Fueled by Ramen.
But yeah, like all of them, like they just have such good music.
Yeah.
Like Paramore, 21 Pilots, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
What's that?
Who hit the table? Was it
please
me?
Don't hit the table.
You can tell us not to hit the table, Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby.
You don't have to turn your laptop away. This is an audio podcast. We want people to hear what you
Yeah,
have
no
to
one's
say.
going to see that.
Okay,
Whoa.
well, we can't say that. But yeah, Fueled by Ramen is actually apparently a record label owned by Warner Music Group.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So they have a lot of more the more modern people, like 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco, Fun. What happened to Fun?
I don't know. No, they broke up.
They broke up?
Oh.
I think so. I think the lead singer, he went and did a solo. Like, he
cool.
went solo for a while.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Let's check the Wikipedia.
Let's do it.
Nate Russ?
Yeah.
Russ?
Nate Russ, or...
Yeah, apparently
he went solo for a little bit. I know he did a song with Pink, I think.
Oh, nice.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that song. Because I was like, yeah, that sounds like the dude from Fun. And apparently they're on an indefinite hiatus.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just like...
I had no idea that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot Fun existed, like, after high school happened.
Yeah.
Like, what was Fun?
Yeah. That's one of the things that I usually forget about is, like I'll listen to these bands, and then I've listened to Paramore since, like, high school and, like, middle school.
Yeah.
And then, like, I found out this past summer that they had a new album that came out in 2017 spring, and I didn't know until, like, summer of last year, and I was like, oh, well, now I'm gonna listen to it. And then I started listening to it, and then I was like, man, I should really, like, actually focus and pay attention to, like, the bands I like. And then that's when I realized I was like, 21 Pilots has been on hiatus for, like, so long. I didn't even realize. Like, I hear their music all the time, so I never really
like I
attention
remember.
to that.
Was it they were on hiatus? Wait, they were seriously on hiatus for how long?
Since, like, 2016.
Really?
I think, or 2015. Whenever they wrapped on touring for Blurryface.
Oh wow.
They were on hiatus for, like, 4 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, because, like, you have those people that are just like complete 21 Pilots fans that they just don't stop talking about.
And same with
forget it.
Arctic Monkeys. Like,
oh yeah,
their new album that just came out, they were on hiatus for, like, a really long time, but from the previous, which was, I think, AM.
Okay.
They were on, like, a huge hiatus, and then Tranquility Base Hotel came out, and then I was like, wow. And then I read in an article that he said, like, the lead singer, he was like, yeah, we're not going to take such a long time to release the next album.
How long was that? Like 3 years?
I think he said it was like 6 or something.
Whoa. Okay.
Like, it was like 2013 or 2015.
Oh, jeez.
Something like that. It was when AM came out. Man. But, yeah, it was crazy. So it just made me more self-aware of, like, wow, I should really pay attention to what...
Just keeping up with it, just like anything, you know.
Like, the Black Keys just released a new song.
Cool.
Which I'm glad I was able to hear because of Spotify. Spotify was like, hey, look,
check this out.
Band you like and follow just released a new soundtrack or a new song.
That's cool.
God, I'm looking at my Spotify because it's Friday right now, and that's when they do
Friday.
That's when they do the
Discover.
Release radar, because Discover Weekly comes out on Mondays.
Okay.
Like the podcast. Selfless plug on the podcast
every Monday.
Yeah. I'm looking at my release radar because it came out today, and there's it's a lot of just remixes. Is what I have a 21 Pilots has a remix of Chlorine, or it's an alternative mix. It's an alternative mix.
That's their, I think, the music video version.
Yeah.
Because they made a music video for that, that song is great. I love that song.
There's a lot of songs on here that I don't listen to, or at least people I don't listen to. They're just trying to push on me. I remember Local Natives, they came out with a new single recently. What was it? It was When Am I Gonna Lose You in Cafe Amarillo. And it's a really good song. Like, it's so good. Like, have you ever listened to Local Natives before?
I have, yeah. I've heard, I think Coins is their song that I always listen to.
Yeah, they have Coins, just Dark Days, and, like, you can tell that it's Local Natives when you listen to those songs, but, like, this one sounds...
They changed it up.
Yeah, they changed it up. Like, there's...
I like when bands do that. I like when bands like decide to change their noise.
There's like heavier bass, heavier drums. It's like really good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like I've been listening to it on repeat for like the past week, and it's just
that's a little excessive.
No, I mean, like when there's a song I like, I listen to it not on repeat, but like I put it first.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way, but I also am conscious of it because I don't want to get sick of it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'll
go
to repeat it, and I'm like, oh no, I should wait a few hours.
Because like
listen to something else.
This week it was When Am I Gonna Lose You, and then last week is I'm Just Being Honest by Weezer.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Which.
Yeah, Weezer released. Honestly, it was surprising that they released the Black album.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Black.
I wasn't expecting really the Teal album, which is all their covers. But still good. I
No,
mean,
definitely.
It was.
I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing a lot of different stuff lately.
Has Weezer's sound changed at all?
A little bit.
'Cause I feel like it hasn't.
After Pacific Daydream, I feel like they want to kind of go with.
Are they going back?
I don't know. They're kind of like mixing.
Hmm.
Because Pacific Daydream was a very weird album, but like I had like 3 or 4 songs that I liked off of Pacific Daydream. No one really liked Pacific Daydream that much. Like I enjoyed it. And then you have people that are just like, no, it's the worst album ever made by Weezer. I'm like, that's subjective.
It really is subjective.
Yeah. And bands like to do like different music every now and again. Like, I remember when Linkin Park kind of changed their stuff a bit. I enjoyed most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fall Out, well, I don't know.
Fall Out Boy, really, I don't think they kind of did change. But
They
I don't think they changed too
went a
much.
little bit more electronic.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's fine, I guess. It's not my forte.
I don't think Panic has changed at all.
Panic at the Disco?
Yeah, I don't think they've really changed.
If you listen to Panic at the Disco, you can definitely hear a change, because like.
I mean, I guess off this new album that they have, like it's more.
Pray for the
orchestra.
Wicked.
Yeah.
It's very. Yeah.
Brassy.
Yeah.
Very brassy. There's a lot of wind instruments, wax instruments.
I've seen that
like
on their tour now. They have like violin and like
Really?
cellists go with them.
Oh, that's
and tour
awesome.
with them.
My roommate saw them when they were in Cleveland.
Yeah.
There's a big lineup in their band right now for
Mhm.
Panic. Like I remember when it was just like the 4 of them, and then everyone kind of went their own little way, and they were just bringing in people from tours.
Yeah.
But now they have, like now he's kind of like grown into this people that he's touring with, that they're just kind of part of the band now.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like.
I was gonna say like, I remember you mentioned to me that like that's how like you play off of like gigs and stuff. Like bands like will be like, hey, can you drum for me and like go touring with us or something?
Yeah, I actually haven't been on tour, but actually today I'm going to, I think it's Parma, it's near Cleveland, but I was at a tattoo shop in Berea, and I saw this ad for this prog metal band, and they said they needed a drummer, so I just messaged them, and they called me back, and they watched some of my stuff on YouTube, and I'm going to meet with them today.
Oh, okay,
so,
awesome.
Yeah, so like if you're not a successful touring musician, you try to be in as many projects as you possibly can. Like I'm in the jazz combo here at Kent State. I'm in a metal band, and then this will be another metal band hopefully. I don't know if it'll fit with my schedule because it'll be a lot, but
like that's always interesting. I remember when I listened to We the Kings. Like it was a while ago, and like
that's a band I haven't heard in a while.
Oh yeah, like that's total high school for me. But like there was at one point where they didn't have a bassist, and they had what was it? Like vlogger at the time, Charles Trippy, kind of like sit in and do bass for them, and they're like, oh yeah, now he's part of the band.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, that's how like Paramore was. Like Paramore, it was always 3 people. Were like it was 4. Like when they first started, they had someone on drums. They had guitarists. They had 2 guitarists and a bassist. Then it became 3 of them, and then it became but then it stayed as 3. But like when they go on tour, they have like they have someone on percussion, drums,
like
guitar,
auxiliary
rhythm
percussion,
guitar, bass, and then I think that's it.
Yeah, because when you record, I mean, you can use tracks to fill in the kind of stuff that you don't have, and then whenever you play live, it's like tracks don't sound as good as an actual person. So you could have somebody play with you live, but they might not necessarily be a part of your band, or might not be one of the faces of the band.
Yeah.
Because like, what is it? Panic at the Disco right now is just Brandon Urie, but like the people that he's touring with are also pretty much part of the band. I would say.
Yeah, like he's iconic. He's the face of the band.
Like he's the face of the band now. So it's just It's just Brandon Urie, but whatever.
I mean, just like with...
I have no problem with that.
I just don't... I think it's just crazy that 21 Pilots can do it with just the 2 of them and use an electronic track the whole time. But they just like have... Like, I mean, now I think he tours with his piano, and now he does ukulele and bass.
Yeah.
So I think that's really... it's amazing that they can still do it with just the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Drums, piano, and now bass and ukulele.
It'd also be hard just with the chemistry because personally I like to feed off the other guys on the stage, if you have one other dude and then he's out there talking to the crowd, it's hard to engage, but they pull it off. They're really, really good.
I've never been in one of their shows. I want to go see them.
I've never seen them live either.
I think the crowd would be very interesting in 21 Pilots concert.
Yeah.
Just if you find somebody who's a fan of 21 Pilots, like I think I knew at least 5 people in high school that were just insane when it came to 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, they're coming to Kent. Like, that's great. I don't know who they are. And so, I remember when I got into 21 Pilots, it was something that I just couldn't shake off until, like, I think sophomore year of college. Because, like, that's when they kind of stopped doing a lot of stuff before my sophomore year. And, like,
well, yeah, that was I think that's when their Blurry Face album, like, really spiked.
I didn't like Blurry Face, like, the song that much. I didn't like Blurry Face that much. And then,
I really liked it when I first heard it, but then, like, when I started, like, it was always a nice surprise when I heard it on the radio. Like, I heard, like, Tear in My Heart or Stressed Out on the radio.
I like Tear in My Heart.
Yeah. It was always just a nice surprise. But then, like, eventually it just hit, like, Stressed Out just, like, went so high. And just, like, spiked, and it was everywhere. And it was like, okay, it's kind of getting a little overused, a little oversaturated.
Like, if there's any song by them that's oversaturated, it was Heathens.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Heathens was just, like, Suicide Squad was it was a movie. I have nothing to say about that. It won an Academy Award. Good for them.
Good
but
for them.
Heathens was a song that I will always associate with crazy Harley Quinn and Joker fans. And, like, it was, they are not, I love 21 Pilots, but Heathens was not, it was a good song, and it was definitely overused, and just kind of, the movie didn't help that.
Yeah.
One song that I did like, there was a album that came out. It was like a cover album for My Chemical Romance, like songs, and like other bands did covers of an album, and they put it back together. And 21 Pilots did one of Cancer, and it was the only one that sounded like 21 Pilots, but it wasn't their song. It was My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
But they did it in a newer, different way that it made it sound original.
So it was a band covering a band that covered another band.
Well, I think it was like My Chemical Romance's like anniversary of that album. So they had a bunch of bands like do a song from each of that album.
Right.
And then they just like put it together. But like I read like people, like I found the album in full on YouTube, and people were like saying like, oh, they didn't do a good job, like this band didn't do a good job on this song, or like this band didn't do a good on this song. But then there'd be always one comment that says like, oh, 21 Pilots, you guys really nailed it with making this song sound original, like an original cover, like.
Wow.
But it's a good song. Like I like it. I also didn't know it was by My Chemical Romance until I like looked up. I was like, oh yeah, this is not their song.
I miss My Chemical Romance. At least, like, I don't know. I feel like if My Chemical Romance took around longer, people would just kind of resent them a little bit.
Probably. Well, wouldn't they be like basically Blink-182 at this point?
Yeah. Yeah. Because what was My Chemical Romance's like last album that came out?
Wasn't it? It was like not too. I was gonna say not too long ago, but didn't they just like? Oh wait, I think it's that one that you were just looking at.
This one?
I think so. Is
the
Cancer
anniversary
on that
album?
One? Yeah, is Cancer on that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the one by 21 Pilots.
No? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's the 10th anniversary edition.
No, because then it would show the artist too.
Wouldn't it?
No. Like it would have, because like, it's under My Chemical Romance that did it, so it would be someone different. So technically, the last one was May Death Never Stop You, which also has Cancer on it. So yeah, that is the album.
But the lead singer, he's still making music. Right? He's still
Gerard Way?
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of stuff. Well, he's making music, and he did Umbrella Academy. I want to look at Gerard Way.
I think it's always good that when someone who's still like making music or something still continues to do so and just doesn't like retire. I mean, I know that there are still some who like maybe like, you know, Tyler, like Aerosmith, like he's still probably like not singing anymore, but he's still probably writing music.
Yeah, definitely.
Like writing songs and stuff.
Steven Tyler?
So, yeah, Steven Tyler.
He's singing still.
Is he?
They're on tour.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Aerosmith is like, they are still going.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. With some bands, it feels like you can kind of just peak. Like I saw Metallica on February, and it's like they were playing all their old stuff, and everybody was just jamming. And then they said, "We just released an album. Here's some of our new stuff." And that's when everybody went to the bathroom and went to get beers and stuff. So nobody listened to their new album.
Wow.
And it was a packed house. It was at the Q. But
I think Aerosmith knows where they stopped. Like, because they know they peaked, so they're just like.
Well, didn't he like try to make a country album? Like, didn't he make a country album?
Steven Tyler?
Yeah. Didn't he?
I think so.
I know Lady Gaga.
I didn't know that.
Lady Gaga tried to make a country album?
No, she did make one.
She made a country album?
Yeah, you didn't know this?
No, what?
Well, I only know so much about country music because my friend Tony, he's big into country and writes country music and follows that
I typed
scene.
in Lady Gaga country, hoping to get the music, and it just tells me that she's American. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she
Google.
made a country album. I'm pretty sure.
Joanne.
Why am I saying country singer?
Joanne. Is that
Studio album by Lady Gaga.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now that's a complete,
Lady Gaga's got range.
Oh man, yeah.
She's
She's talented.
I was so glad that Shallow won at the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
It's such a good song.
It is. It really is. I still hear my neighbors just belting that song at like midnight almost every night.
Like
at least every weekend.
The one version of Shallow that I have on my Spotify
Is from the movie.
It's from the movie, so like you hear like the mix of like the audience too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dumb in a way. I don't know. I kind of just want the song, but she's so good in it, and so is Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that that was actually him singing, because usually they just have someone else come in and sing for it, kind of like the Zac Efron deal.
Yeah.
But like that's.
Well, I don't think they
full-on
do. I don't think they do that anymore now. Like
No.
Like
Yeah.
in La La Land, they taught Ryan Gosling how to play piano. Like he practiced piano for like 3 months.
And his voice sounded genuine too. Like it didn't sound like a
Yes.
professional singer, because he's not.
The only person that's not singing in their movies is Rami Malek, and that's understandable because he's not.
Oh,
Freddie
yeah.
Mercury.
Oh well, no, I think he still sang, but like he didn't like.
Well, yeah.
They like
in the behind the scenes I saw, like they had him like sing during it, because like they had to make it look authentic. The muscles needed to move, because it would sound different if he just like didn't do that.
Yeah.
So they had him sing, but not full on like Freddie Mercury. So I don't know what he actually sounds like singing, but maybe he does sing. Who knows?
Yeah. But another band that, oops, this is not. I typed in Walkman. I meant to say Walk the Moon.
Walk the Moon.
Yeah. See, all of the music
Cincinnati,
and
Ohio
people
based band
that I meet are from my friend Phil, because he went to college in Cincinnati, and him and his friends would always go to go see bands live and stuff, and Walk the Moon was one of them. And he would always tell me about them, and then I would start listening to them and be like, wow, they're actually really good.
Yeah.
Like another one he recently told me about was Motherfolk.
Okay.
And they're like a indie folk band, sort
Nice.
of. And like
Other folk is indie folk. Wow.
indie folk, yeah, right.
Who'd have thought?
But like, he introduced me to them because he went and saw them at like somewhere in Cincinnati as well, and it like, honestly, I'm glad like I know like he knows people who can just like introduce me to new music, because I always try to like find new music on my own, but like I'll like listen to like new stuff on Spotify. Of like I try to spread out more and listen to different things, but it's never like I never convinced, like I've never actually like it. Like I'm always like, I don't know if I'm really digging this or anything.
Kind of just go back to what you usually listen to.
Yeah, like
I think it's because
always
you
prefer
know
that.
it too. You know the lyrics and you can jam with it.
Yeah. There are a few songs that like a few people that I've listened to that I've like actually liked.
Cool.
Who is it? Same Motel.
Same Motel?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Same Motel.
I discovered them because I think they're in like a Spotify made playlist for
Okay.
me,
I
and
haven't
I
heard
was
of them.
like, listen to that. I listened to them and I was like, they're pretty good. I like
Like,
them.
what is it? Their most recent album, which is like they haven't made an album in a long while. It's been since 2016. But Same Old Television was amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's a good amount of songs here that are like Move is good, Getaway,
I think
Born
Move was
Again, Sweet Talk.
Move was my intro to them.
Okay.
Because it
That
was
was on the
very, like,
playlist.
yeah, it was
Sweet.
very like orchestra. Like it was like a lot
okay.
of like a lot of like
They-
brass instruments.
Sweet.
Like
Because I remember
it
when
just sounded good.
I would play Fallout every now and again, and like I'd always have music play in the background. And I went on YouTube and I was like, I'm just gonna type in like indie playlist or whatever. And, like it wasn't really an indie playlist, but like they just had songs in there that kind of fit well with it. And one of the Same Motel songs that played on it was what is it? My Type, or
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
heard
like
that
that's
one
like
too.
that's a good one. And that was like that introduced me to Same Motel, and I went on Spotify. I was like, okay, what song do I want to listen to? And then like Sweet Talk came on, and it's such a heavy song, It's so good. I love it.
Have you guys heard of Paper Lights before?
Paper Lights. I don't think
They're pretty
so.
good. They're an indie group. They actually, I think they're from Atlanta, but there's this venue where I'm from called the Ezekiel Project. It's like actually a little art studio, and we have all kinds of acts, you know, everything from indie to metal bands come in and play.
Mm-hmm.
But their most recent album, no, it's not actually, but it's called Great Escapes. That won the indie album of the year, I think, in 2017,
Really?
2018, yeah. And they're a fairly local band. Like, most of their songs have around between 10 and 40,000 listens, so they're not that big.
I really enjoy like finding bands that are small.
Yeah.
And like are just
Watching
finding
them
out, 'cause,
grow,
like,
too.
Last semester I was like, I listened to Knox Hamilton like nonstop. Knox Hamilton is such a good band. I keep knocking the pop filter.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. But like, it's just the way this thing is, whatever. But Knox Hamilton, that's another one of the songs like on that playlist. That playlist like brought me into so much music. Because on that playlist there was Work It Out by Knox Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's such a good song. I really loved it so much because if I listen to a song nonstop just to kind of like, or if I listen to a playlist nonstop and I kind of want to find that one song, I'm more or less going to like the band regardless. And Knox Hamilton had a really good what was their album that came out? The Heights. Like it's really good. There's a lot of good music off of that. I put like that's the first band that I put like their entire album on a playlist just to listen to, because like every single song worked.
Yeah, I found myself starting to do that
God.
a lot more now that I've been paying attention to like bands and stuff on Spotify. Is like if I hear one song that I like by them, I'm like, and like if I hear it too many times, I'll like, man, I should really just listen to the whole album that this is from.
Yeah, right.
And then I'll listen to the whole album, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I really feel in the whole
That's
the
kinda-
album. Though.
That's kind of how I felt with Black Album by Weezer.
Yeah.
Because like I really liked like Zombie Bastards and
Mhm.
I'm just being honest, but every other part of the song, like every song on that album, just didn't work with me. Like it was good. It was their own music, and it kind of reminded me of Pacific Daydream in a way, but like.
Okay.
And I don't know. Also, like I feel like it's a little bit biased because not biased, but like because
I feel like that's Weezer's like your favorite band though. Like,
I did see them live last summer.
Yeah.
Because they were in Blossom, and
Nice.
that was a hell of a good time. They played a lot of their good songs, but they didn't play anything off of Pacific Daydream, which is
Wow.
that's
probably
fine.
know that's.
They
their
probably knew that
least
they-
favorite, like least fan favorite.
I mean, they
album.
like to experiment. Weezer loves to experiment with whatever because their Teal album is just covers, and like that probably wasn't even like a thing that they were planning on doing. They're just like, well, let's just do a band like cover all these good songs because they had African. Like, well, let's just cover everything else too.
Yeah. Didn't they also do Roseanne?
Rosanna.
Rosanna. Yeah.
Yeah, they did do Rosanna. I think that's on the Teal album, right?
No, I don't think it's on the Teal album. I think that was just a single that they released.
No, it has to be because like, what? No, hold on. Spotify.
I'm almost positive. I listened to the whole Teal album, and it's not on there.
Oh yeah, it's not. Why?
Because it was a single that they did. Like, it was.
Yeah,
like,
but so was
Oh, it
Africa.
is a single,
and Africa's
yeah.
on there too.
Yeah, it's just a single.
But Africa was on there too.
Well, Africa came out, and then they were like, yeah, let's put this one out too.
They covered a lot of good songs on that.
That's another thing too. I know we're talking a lot about Spotify because it's just so good with introducing like new music and stuff. The Spotify live sessions are like my favorite thing.
I never listened to the live session.
Because the live sessions, like I've listened to a couple with Fall Out Boy and Muse. Muse did a live recording of one of their new songs, Pressure, and then they did a cover of Hungry Like the Wolf, and it was so good. And I mean, Fall Out Boy also did. I don't remember what the Fall Out Boy what their original song was, but they did I Want to Dance with Somebody as their cover.
Yeah, I've heard that. That was on like, I think that was on one of the Pop Goes Punk playlists I've heard.
Oh, Pop Goes Punk.
Yeah, those are sweet.
God, I love Pop Goes Punk. What is it? I never was a person to listen to like the classical Christmas music. So like when they had like a Pop or a Punk Goes Christmas thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
You played that in the office a lot.
Yeah, like because there's some good songs there. They have like All Time Low, like Fool's Holiday.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. They had a cover of who covered. It was Coldplay. No, it was Yellow Card who covered Coldplay with Christmas Lights.
Really?
Yeah, and that was my favorite version of the song for a while because I just like God, what's his name? Is Ryan in Yellow Card? What's his name? The lead singer?
I don't remember. I don't know too much about Yellow Card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody will know anything else about Yellow Card because they broke up.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of sad about that. But I don't know. He's doing his own thing.
I'm gonna look him up and then I'll remember one song by them. Ocean Avenue. That's
that's the one song they did. Yeah, fantastic.
That's it. That's all I know.
No, I guess Ryan Mendez. Is that right? No, different guy. What's the name? What's his name? Sean.
You're just naming
Sean
people
Macklin?
now.
I'm looking at the it's the same guy. I typed in Ryan Key. I was right. Ryan Key. They have him there as pianos, but he definitely did vocals. Who else did vocals? No one else did vocals. Sean Mack is the guy who did the violin. I liked Yellow Card because they had a violin, and like that was like new to me. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on.
Honestly,
there's more?
If there's a song that has anything that's not like older songs, I'm talking like Sam Cooke, like artists like that, where they had they used other instruments that like you don't hear anymore, like trumpet or like violins or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you would put in a trumpet in a song, I just will automatically like it almost. Like it's almost a guarantee.
Oh yeah, it just adds a different color to it.
You immediately turn on High Hopes.
Yeah.
Trumpets.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But like there's a Jackie Wilson song that I always listen to. It's Higher and Higher, and it just has like that great trumpet sound. Same with Ray Montaigne, I think is the last name. You Are the Best Thing. There's a great trumpet intro onto that song, and it's just like it's so good. And even now with Mumford & Sons in their song Winter Winds, there's a trumpet solo like right in the middle. It's just so good. I love it.
Man, I brought back memories of one song. Remember Rooftops by Lost Prophets?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Really?
I think I've heard of Lost Prophets though.
Everyone's
I'm almost positive I have.
like there's definitely been some news about Lost Prophets in the past, definitely because they haven't done anything in a while for a specific reason.
For a specific reason.
For a very specific reason. I love Lost Prophets. They had a lot of good songs. I think that was like a band. No, that was the second band that I bought an album from. Besides Owl City, which is weird. I liked Owl City a lot, and I also like Lost Prophets.
Yeah.
I was definitely on a way of just mixing genres. But like, they had a lot of good music, and what was it? The Betrayed is their last album that they have on here from 2010, because their most recent album is not on there because they couldn't do anything with the band after that because the singer.
No, yeah, I looked it up. I can see it.
The singer Ian Watkins, is that who it was? Is a total sicko.
Yeah, he is.
What?
He was arrested for you can just look it up.
You can just look it up, but
I literally just typed in Lost Prophets and it's in top stories.
Yeah,
so
he is a massive pile of shit. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
But he, I felt bad for the band.
Yeah.
Because they were definitely more talented than this dude, but I think they found a way, or no, they started doing something else. They were part of. They moved on to another band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big yikes when you read it.
Big yike. Yeah.
Because we're not going to get into that.
Nope.
But I felt very betrayed because I love that band, and just knowing that the singer was that big of a piece of shit. I mean, I looked at because they always have band interviews. I was looking at band interviews, and this guy just came off as a massive tool. And I guess I wasn't really surprised when that news kind of came out. I was like, oh, I guess there's no music anymore.
Yeah.
But also, thank God.
I don't know. Have you guys heard of As I Lay Dying before? They're a metal band. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Their singer also went to jail, and they're also, I think, a Christian metal band, and he hired a hitman to kill his wife, and the hitman was an undercover cop. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he just got out of prison, I think in last year.
Wow.
He wasn't in prison that long, because that was probably less than 10 years ago.
Jeez, that's so stupid. What was that one guitarist who got arrested because he had guns in his house or something like that? And it made a meme out of it because he literally had songs saying, I have guns in my house.
Yeah.
Mountain full of skulls or something like that. wow, I don't know why we didn't listen to the signs. What? Wow, someone could just
basically
do that.
just told us.
Wow.
You just admitted to it.
God.
It wasn't. What band was that? That wasn't Tool.
It's always a bad thing. Like, don't you just hate that when like it's a band you listen to and then they just like it just comes up where you just feel so bad for like not
Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse.
Cannibal Corpse. Yeah. Three Skulls.
They're my joke band that I always tell people to listen to, because I heard a song. Or no, it was Whitechapel.
Whitechapel.
I had a friend. Me and my friend Tony. It's more like we had a friend named Logan who was big into like metal bands and like heavy metal bands and stuff like that. And he would introduce us to. He would introduce my buddy Tony to them, and then Tony would show me them, and then like there was some things I would get into, and then like when we would play Rock Band, there would be a Whitechapel song. We wouldn't look to it, and then like he would be there because he would play with us, and he'd be like, oh yeah, you should totally listen to them. I'm like, oh yeah, seriously? And he's like, yeah. So we would go to that song to play it, and we just listened to the sample.
Oh man, I didn't know there was a Whitechapel song on Rock Band.
It was like Rock Band 3, I think.
Wow.
It was like Rock Band 3.
That's shocking.
4. Yeah. And it was like, I think it's the only one on there.
Oh,
but I don't remember which
sense.
one it is. But now it's like, if I ever want to tell people to like listen to a metal band or like listen to a song, I'll like be like, what is the most like heaviest thing that I can have them listen to like just to like see the expression on their face? And it's like Whitechapel or Cannibal Corpse.
Oh my God.
I would say Chelsea Grin. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Oh,
Chelsea
I have.
Grin.
Yeah.
I have heard of them.
Man, I'm trying to think back to the summer of because I went to 2 concerts. I went to the Weezer concert that was over in.
It was Story So Far.
Story So Far. Yeah, okay. That was the other one. I was trying to think of the band because
I was thinking of Taking Back.
I went to
Saturday.
Yeah, I went to Taking Back Saturday.
No, Taking Back. What is it? Taking Back.
Taking Back Sunday.
Sunday. I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I
went to 2 concerts
right.
I went to 2 concerts that had 3 bands. So the first one was Blossom, and I missed the Wombats, which.
I mean,
that was a time. I mean, I liked the Wombats at that point,
yeah.
and like I was pissed because we missed it. I was
I've only heard one song
what?
about
Did we miss the Wombats? And like some guys like, oh, like I came in like, oh shit, we're gonna miss it. And some guy was like, oh, you didn't miss anything. But yep, we missed like 15 minutes of the Wombats.
No.
Ooh.
And that like they were only on for 15 minutes, which kind of sucks. But
well, I mean, that's usually how it goes. Like there's like 3 bands, or like 3 or 4 bands that like are on tour together, and then it's like the first one gets like a couple minutes. Then it like gets progressively longer as it gets to the main act.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always like the headliner, the semi-good people, which I don't want to say, or because like what I'm going to be saying later is kind of dumb. And then of course the main event.
You can't say semi-good. I'm sure they're just.
Well, no,
they're
because
just getting their legs,
after the Wombats was the Pixies.
Oh.
Yeah, and they've been around forever. Come on.
They've been they also
Semi-good.
have good songs,
Yeah.
but like I also don't know the lyrics to most of their songs.
Sure.
And then after that was Weezer. But then the second concert up in Cleveland over in Nautica was Story So Far and Taking Back Sunday that I came for, and then like there was another one,
Coheed and Cambria.
Coheed and Cambria.
They're
yeah.
good.
We stayed for Taking Back Sunday because I love Taking Back Sunday, but we didn't stay long in Coheed and Cambria because, I mean, like they were I went with.
Were they the headlining?
No.
They weren't.
Well, yeah, they were the headlining
okay.
because Taking Back Sunday was part of it.
So you just went to see the 2 bands you like?
I didn't know A Story So Far was even going.
Oh.
I knew Taking Back Sunday was going, and I went to go see Taking Back Sunday, and I was like, well, I'll try to get into Coheed and Cambria. And like after Taking Back Sunday, we were just kind of drained. There's like, so you just want to leave, like, yeah, sure, why not?
I get that, because when I went to see Paramore last summer, it was the hottest day in June in Columbus in an outdoor arena.
Oh.
It was at Express Live, and
It's a nice venue.
Yeah, it was really nice, but like, oh god, it was so hot. It was so humid too, and me and my friend Tony got there at like, I don't know, probably like 4 or something, but we got in and we're hanging out. Their opening act was, I think it was just 3 bands. I think it was just 2 openers and then Paramore. It was Soccer Mommy. It was like they're still like new, so they don't have a whole lot of their album list and tracks aren't that like new and fresh. Like they're much newer, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But then it was Foster the People and then Paramore for like 2 hours.
Nice. Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun.
I'm really confused with the set list because I was looking back at what songs Weezer played at the concert, and during their B stage they played "Feels Like Summer," and that's on their Pacific Daydream album.
So they did.
They never played that.
Oh.
I swear to God, they never played.
Well, they
that.
always. I know, like they always switch up. Bands always switch up the set list if they have like a long.
Yeah, but like it's like specific. It's a specific set list like that played at Cuyahoga Falls.
Really?
So like it's the people that were there, and they're like they played this song.
Well, where was B stage?
B stage it's just like what happened.
Is that the intermission, like when they come back?
No, that's like when they change the stage that they're playing on. Because like when they started off, they did Buddy Holly, and it was the Happy Days sort of thing. And then they kind of stayed on that set for a while, until they moved to, I think it was Island in the Sun. They kind of went out in the stage, so they just like because it was like, sort of like there's a specific name for the stage, but like the stage comes out. And he had like that little island there.
Yeah.
So they just put it in there and he played Island in the Sun, and then they went back and the stage was different. That's B stage. So like they had separate looks for it. And yeah, I don't think Feels Like Summer was never played. I remember Troublemaker, and I remember Africa because those was like apparently those ones came before and after. What?
Just text the people who were there with you.
No, because
like a huge group. Just text them.
No, I'm pretty sure that they never played Feels Like Summer.
I bet you were not. I bet you went into the bathroom at that time.
No.
You just weren't.
Not for
paying attention.
Weezer.
Not for Weezer. That was the band that I was there for. I lost my voice after that. No, they never played Feels Like Summer.
But I can definally contest
I love Feels
that.
Like Summer also. That's a good song.
Yeah, I do like that song. But I can definitely contest that like after like going to a concert, I did definitely have those like post-concert blues of like,
Oh man.
of like being like feeling that energy and then just it being gone.
That's
It's
when I
like,
buy tickets for another show that I can't afford.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking about going to see like after them. I was like, is there any other bands coming in? And I was like, 21 Pilots is coming in October. And I was like, I should go. But then I was like, that's so far away though.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know.
They come before you know it though, because I was at a show February 1st. I saw Metallica, and then March 17th. Wait. Yeah.
It's 15th, yeah.
Wait. Never mind. Last month, February 15th.
Okay.
I saw August Burns Red, Fit for a King, Miss May I, and Crystal Lake in Columbus. And then on April 20th, I'm going to be seeing Periphery and Dance Gavin Dance in Cleveland, which is going to be an awesome show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once I go to a concert right after I buy more tickets, and then they come before you know it. So
I really wanted to see Panic at the Disco that happened in January. But
yeah, my roommate went to that. I was jealous.
I really wanted to go, but they were just like the tickets weren't that expensive.
I was told
I just didn't have the time.
I think my cousin went to go see it. He loves Panic at the Disco, and I think he went to go see it. But like his sister, like I was hanging out with them and stuff, and she's like, yeah, I think they're sold out because their pre-orders like they had like pre-order sale or something, and she's like, yeah, I think they're sold out and everything. And I was like, man, that kind of blows. Like, they sold out on pre-orders, and I think that's what happened with 21 Pilots too. Like they also sold out on pre-orders.
Man,
but it was probably it might have just been like scammers or something. Like
sure.
Scalpers.
Panic at the Disco is like one of those bands that just has good songs on all of their albums.
Yeah.
I can't really think of a bad one that I hate. I love Vices and Virtues. I love Too Weird, Too Rare to Die. That was when they transitioned into like a different like you can tell that was like
I
transition.
think that one was like, to me it sounded like it was definitely a lot different from their older stuff.
Yeah, because This Is Gospel was a really good song. It was a really good song. And then you got Miss Jackson, Vegas Lights, and all that. Nicotine.
Yeah.
Colorful.
But honestly, like, if I can think about most recently a band that's really changed is, going back. I hate that I keep going back to it, but Paramore has really changed from like what they sounded like before. Like now their newest album sounds very more like groovy and like more tropical sounds and stuff.
Vibey.
Yeah. It's more vibe. Like it's like it kind of reminds me, like some of their songs remind me of like 80s music and like
That's really in right now too. I mean, like the 1975, I get huge 80s vibe from them. Just all the synthy stuff.
There was a band that literally just made songs that sounded like they were from the 80s. I think it was called, like, they're called The Midnight.
Okay.
Like, they have
Midnight.
a lot of their stuff, if you find it on YouTube, is like accompanied with like scenes from like 80s movies, like Karate Kid and like Back to the Future and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And like it definitely brings you back because it's very synthy.
Yeah.
Oh, makes sense. Arcade Dreams is their top
like
song.
that's like every
So.
every song you listen to, it sounds 80s.
Cool.
And I think that's why I like Muse too a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because Muse always has like even now, like their newest album has like a lot of synth and stuff on it, which is like also crazy because on Spotify they did like alternate versions of like some of the songs, and like it is a drastic change to like some of the songs on the album. Like I think one of them was Algorithm. Like there's an alternate version of it, and the original is very synth heavy at the beginning, and it goes on for like almost a minute of like this like intro synth style, and then it jumps into like the guitar and lyrics and stuff like that. But the alternate version completely mellows out what the original sounds like. Like the original sound has like a completely different vibe, and I think it's awesome and amazing that they like made one version and then they were like, let's try it this way.
Yeah.
And then they just completely redid it.
There's oh my god.
Are you looking at Shine Down?
I am
now?
looking at
Shine Down.
Like everyone knows
Sweet.
Shine Down. Sound of
Everyone knows
Madness.
Shine-
Like Sound of
yeah.
Madness was just, I don't know. Like I think that was in middle school for me. Because like when Sound of Madness was out, I remember hearing it on the bus, which is a weird place to hear Sound of Madness. And because it was on the radio, and like that was like the song that played. Like I really like it. But like I don't know. Like I like their newer stuff.
Yeah, I heard one of their new tracks from their newest album the other day.
Yeah.
Well, it was a couple months ago, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was.
Is it off of Attention?
Yeah.
Like I was very hesitant to listen to the album because they did the same thing that they did with that Linkin Park did with one of their albums, where all of their songs are in all caps.
Yep.
Except for
Oh,
one
yeah.
song. What song is it?
Special, yeah.
Because it's special. It doesn't
Yep.
actually get any.
I think it was Get Up that I heard.
Yeah, Get Up is good.
Really? That bothers you that all their songs were in full caps?
Have you ever followed Disturbed on Facebook?
No.
Disturbed, like I don't know why I still follow them on Facebook, but like every single one of their posts sometimes are just all caps. It's like they're yelling at you still.
Yeah.
And
I
think they stopped doing that after a while, but like it was just so annoying.
I think it's sweet that they got The Sound of Silence onto like top hits, a
Yeah,
metal
yeah.
band going top hits, because that, back 10 years ago, that was a lot of top hits like Korn and stuff. But
And then it also like it became their song after a while. Like,
Yeah.
No one
that's
like no one remembered that it was a Simon and
Garfunkel.
Yeah, like I mean, people still knew that it was a Simon and Garfunkel song because that was kind of a meme song.
Sure.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like, you would hear the Simon and Garfunkel version
On Vines and
Yeah.
stuff.
Hello Darkness, My Old
But I
Friend.
mean,
that
that's
would
like
play.
that's what's always good about artists doing stuff like that, is because like Nine Inch Nails released "Hurt," and then
Yeah.
Johnny
Yeah, and then
Cash
Johnny
redid
Cash
it.
took that over.
And then I think the lead singer of Nine Inch Nails was like, "That's his song now." Like,
I mean, yeah.
I think he openly was like, "Yeah, like it's our song," but like
That was
now it's
also
Johnny
like
Cash's.
that.
Yeah.
Like that song also had a little bit of a meaning to Johnny Cash when he
Yeah.
was doing it because
that was the last song I think he
that was the
recorded.
last song he ever really did.
Wow.
And he was and
Yeah.
there was a meaning to it.
It
I guess Nine Inch-
it worked. It was his now.
Yeah,
It's
I
his
mean
now.
Nine Inch Nails was like, you know what, keep it.
Yeah.
Because like they played the only time I heard the Nine Inch Nails version of "Hurt" was
I've
did it
never
play-
heard it.
I think it was played during the season 2 finale of Rick and Morty.
Really?
Yeah. And that was the. I mean, everyone has their like saying about Rick and Morty, but like they played Nine Inch Nails. At
I
the
don't
end of
remember
it.
that.
Like because I remember listening to like, is that "Hurt" by Johnny Cash? Like no, that's "Hurt" by Nine Inch Nails.
Yep.
And like there's always bands that take over songs that, that other bands have done before.
Some bands just do the song better.
Yeah,
Other
I
artists
don't
do
know
the
about
song
that.
better. Some do, but some don't.
Some do, some don't, and I sometimes prefer the version that.
Yeah,
the
better is a
original
strong word. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
different, but
It's
It's-
their take on
Yeah,
it.
they do their own take on it.
Yeah.
Like kind of like 1985 by Bowling for Soup, or
Oh, yeah.
by who actually did that? I keep
That
forgetting.
was a surprise to me when you
Yeah.
told me that was a cover, because I went my entire life thinking that was their song. I was like, it's their song. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, 'cause
it's on the radio all the time. It's on their album. It's their song. And then
They had their own music video for it.
yeah, and then Matt, you told me you're like, No, that's a cover. I was like, what?
It's originally done by SR-71.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like that was that like that's who originally did it, and like it sounds different with with SR-71 because like they're a little bit more heavier with it.
Mm-hmm.
But Bowling for Soup is more like pop.
Yeah.
They're like pop punk.
They are kind of pop punk. I didn't realize this before, but I was looking up like the Jimmy Neutron soundtrack because I was watching.
As one does.
I mean, I don't know. I was watching. Listen, I was on Instagram one day, and I saw like, because I get like clips from shows that I've ever seen on Instagram before, and like they had Jimmy Neutron, and there was like one of their first episode they had the Aaron Carter, Jimmy Neutron time, which is such a good. It's such a good song, at least in the chorus parts.
Mm-hmm.
But like on that soundtrack, they had the Jimmy Neutron theme song, that was done by Bowling for Soup.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like. I don't know why that version wasn't used in the show, but like they had another version done by someone else, and it was just like, no, I didn't like it. Bowling for Soup did a lot.
I think they're on tour right now.
Yeah, they still do stuff. Which is
Of course they still do
good
stuff.
for them.
They're still good.
And like that's also like everyone's heard 1985 by Bowling for Soup, but people also like listen to
High School Never Ends.
Yeah.
Almost is another favorite of mine.
Mm-hmm. And I started listening I listened to High School Never Ends for the first time like 3 years ago. Like when I was coming home with one of my friends from seeing Justice League in Cleveland. It was a bad time seeing Justice League. But we listened to that song, and it was a really good song. I forgot that Bowling for Soup is really good.
Are there any bands that were good that are now just awful? Like, can you
There's
think
a lot.
of?
You know what?
Like they tried to come back and like they just weren't that good.
I have to say that for All American Rejects.
Okay, I can understand that.
Because like,
I mean, I haven't heard anything new from them.
Their new stuff is kind of crummy. I feel like it's not crummy. It's just Tyson Ritter is just not really giving his all anymore. It kind of feels half-assed.
Damn. Because I don't really know any.
I haven't heard any of their stuff since they've come back.
Honestly, I didn't know they went away. I didn't know they left.
I just didn't know they came back.
I don't know. Tyson Ritter, he's also acting and stuff now.
Oh.
He wants to be an actor more or less because he's in. What was he in last?
Gonna look up his IMDb.
I gotta look up his IMDb. Like, what was he last in? He was in.
He was in
Preacher.
House.
He was in Preacher as Humperdew, which is Jesus. Yeah, he played Jesus in that.
Did you say he was in House?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was in House.
Well, he was in House as one thing, but like.
Yeah, it was just like an episode, I think.
That's cool.
He also was in Parenthood, played Oliver, 90210, and The House Bunny. Ooh, but that was like 2000, so like of course you would expect to see him there.
Would you want to play the drum solo for Hawaii 5-0?
Oh, I mean, yeah. It's iconic.
Yeah. God, honestly, like if I ever play the drums, it's just gonna be that. That's all
Really?
you're gonna get from me. It's just
understandable.
I'm gonna be honest, Tyson Ritter kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like, look at his face.
He looks like he definitely has done some drugs.
maybe
He
a
just looks
few.
like he hasn't gotten
Maybe
sleep
a
in
few.
like 5 years.
Well,
But-
yeah, he's still trying to, be an artist.
He's still trying to be an artist. Yeah. But what was the last thing All American Rejects actually put up there?
Oh, I don't know.
Because they had, no, they did something recently. No, they didn't.
No, the last
they
thing-
haven't done anything.
Well, they have some singles and EPs.
Yeah.
Stay came out in 2018.
Stay. Yeah. I think that was the one that I didn't like.
I didn't listen to it.
Yeah. It's just his vocals are too static.
Yeah.
There's one from 2017 too.
Well, that's I mean,
Their
that's
last
the downfall of
album.
some artists is that like they can't sing as good as they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
their
yeah.
last album was in 2012.
Yep.
And
2012. Wow. I think that's the only one that I've really listened to.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. They also take some time with their music. Well,
Yeah.
no. You know who takes more time with their music? Fucking 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, come on. Jared Leto, he's an actor now.
Yeah, but like they also like they take their time with it, and like a good portion of the songs on their new albums are also pretty good.
Yeah, that's true.
because I loved Walk on Water.
Yeah,
Walk
that was a
on
good song.
like Walk on Water was so. Like I listened to that every day, like every time I worked out.
Yeah.
Like it just fills you with all that energy.
I remember when I first heard it on the radio too. I was driving back to Kent, and the radio station was like, and here's a new song by 30 Seconds to Mars. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was listening to it. I was like, damn, this is good. Like, this is really good.
But like,
I'm also
America
glad
came out
that
and-
Foo Fighters are still. They still
Yeah.
got it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Foo
They still
Fighters.
got it.
Oh yeah.
I want to see them live so bad.
Me too.
They're
The way-
on my list.
The way that I look at 30 Seconds to Mars is that they always release an album whenever I'm transitioning to a different time of school or like whatever. Because like when I left middle school, I think I was going into high school. They released Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams, and then when I was getting out of high school, they released Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams, and then after middle school it was This Is War.
Yeah.
But then, recently, because I'm almost out of college, they had America, which is it's also an interesting album because they just kind of went a little political with it.
They fully
I haven't
capitalized
listened
the
to it.
America.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Full
they just
caps,
like
all
Kim,
caps.
Justin, Jesus, Michael, Mickey, Donald.
But yeah, I really like bands like that release songs that release albums that kind of go with your stages of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is for like it's been that way with 21 Pilots for me and Paramore because it's like the newest albums are always like the ones that like just so happen to like match with like how I feel in my current
Yeah.
stage of life, and it's always
Yeah.
just like it's like, oh man, they know.
Yeah, right.
It's like they know.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I listened to Trench like nonstop when I first heard that album.
Yeah, I remember
and
when it
after
came out, you
Laughter.
were telling me to listen to it,
Yeah,
and I only had 2 songs off the album that I really enjoyed.
it's just like I don't know, like a lot of the songs like have deep meaning to them, like layered under everything that's in the song, and then like you take what you get from it, I guess. Like you just find whatever you find whatever it is that you are feeling
Mhm.
from the song.
Yeah. And like a lot of the songs that I've been liking so far are just kind of like kind of everywhere when it comes to the feelings.
The feelings.
The feels. The feels.
Gets you right in the feels.
Because like I'm like listening to like newer stuff and then I go and find older stuff because
Yeah.
like I go from like the newer Weezer stuff to oh my god, have any of you ever heard of Public?
I've not.
They're a very small band, but like they got really good songs.
They may have popped up on a playlist.
Like they make what is it? I think the one
The
that
alternative.
yeah, like they popped up on my Discover Weekly with like
Also from Cincinnati.
Wow.
They are, yeah. They popped up with the one that I want the acoustic version of it. I really like that version, and then I listened to the actual version, the normal version. It was really good. The normal version, and they just have a lot of singles. They're not well known,
Yeah.
but like they're really good, and I'm following them just to.
Is it Public also in all caps?
Yeah. Yeah.
All caps.
It's all caps, but like that's just the title of their band.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But like I go from that, I find Public, so like I go from like Weezer well known, and then Public a very small unknown band, and I go back to like songs that came out a while ago, like Vinyl Theater, with their Rhythm of Night.
There's a band that I need to look up real fast that someone I went to high school with, he's in this band. He was a grade under me, and well, at least I think he was a grade under me. He might be 2. But he's in a band now called, let me look it up, I gotta find it, Elbow Room.
Elbow Room?
Yes, they're on Spotify. Not too many listens.
I mean, I would understand that.
They are, it's like, I can't describe, I don't know what genre they're in. I guess they're kind of like punk.
They have a
punk
good
rock.
amount of listens for
Yeah.
being a local band.
17,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they're
not bad.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to give them a nice shout out.
Yeah.
Just because
Shout out to Elbow Room.
I think I know 2 of the members in there. Yes, I do. I'm looking at their picture on Spotify. I do know 2 of them.
Sweet.
One was a grade ahead of me, or 2 grades ahead of me, and the other was, I think, 1 or 2 under me
Cool.
in high school. Both very good. Very good vocalist and I think a drummist. I think he plays drums.
Nice.
Scotty D.
Has anyone heard of Sugar Pine 7 before?
Yeah.
Yeah, the YouTubers.
I have not.
Well, they like.
I know they make music.
Yeah, they do make music, and like they have their stuff on Spotify. Like they had These Drugs come out on Spotify. And like I like These Drugs.
No, you like These Drugs.
No, context.
Can we get a soundbite of that?
Oh,
Can we
yeah, you
isolate
can.
that?
I like their song titled "These Drugs" that came out I think 2 weeks ago, and it's really good. It's a very, I don't know what to call their stuff. It's like R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's R&B
Okay.
and then like Uncultured's rap.
Yeah, they do a lot of different like they get their hands in a lot of different types of genres.
And a lot of their musical talent comes from their, like, I want to call it their singer. What is it? Clayton James.
Yeah.
James. Yeah. He has a good amount of songs on there. He had an album in 2016 called XO. Only one song that I like off of that called The Friend.
Yeah.
But there's some pretty talented people out there.
There
really
are.
especially on YouTube.
I know
Yeah.
it's really hard to write music and to write lyrics.
Oh man,
But-
lyric writing is it's like a gift. Some people have it, some people
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
It's just one of those things like after like I don't know if it was just because I've taken script writing here, but it's like all comes down to word choice.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
And like even like when writing scripts or like writing like lines of dialogue, I always rethink over and over again like, does it sound better if they say it this way?
Yeah.
Like if I use this word instead of that word,
Mhm.
like will it come across as
Yeah.
it's just so hard to like figure out like how you want to say how certain things need to be said, but there's also like a lot of symbolism that goes into lyric writing.
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, an artist I think is really impressive, a really pretty prominent pop artist right now is John Bellion. I don't know if you ever watched
absolutely.
any of his videos of how he creates his songs, but he writes melodies first and then puts lyrics over it, which is I
Yes,
think
really,
ridiculous because most people, you know,
Oh,
you write
wow.
out your lyrics and you write a song
Yeah.
to accompany it. But he'll sit there and write a melody and then just think of words on the fly.
That's
I'm always,
crazy.
I'm always
ridiculous.
hesitant with some YouTubers. On
You ever listen to like Jacob Collier? He's a
Yeah.
YouTuber, yeah.
Yeah, and then like, God, what was that one dude who like he made acapella?
Oh, I was
Oh.
gonna say Chocolate Rain.
Tazon Day.
There's a lot of acapella guys on
yeah,
YouTube though.
but like
Yeah.
it was that Austin dude who did acapella versions of songs. I forget. What
I
it
don't
was.
remember him.
But he was.
Shelby might.
Is it Austin Jones?
Who?
I think that's who it is.
I'm busy.
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry.
Austin Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, you look busy.
Let's see. Yeah, he. Again, I don't want to talk about it. It's kind of the same.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah,
Okay, I think I have heard of him.
Yeah, Austin Jones is one of those guys.
Hey,
but
Shelby,
yeah, I
are we-
listened- I
Are we
listened
on
to him
time
for a while.
over there?
You guys are at a minute or an hour and 9 minutes.
Okay, we should probably.
You didn't even time this?
No, I forgot. I had the timer open and I was like, I should probably check the time, and then I looked.
That
and it-
flew. It didn't feel like an hour.
It really did. We talked about
Yeah.
the whole because there's so much to talk about when it
Oh,
comes
yeah,
to music. There's
definitely.
so many different genres, so many
Yeah.
different good artists and bad people.
And bad people.
Bad people. I mean, I only
Can't fix
talked
bad
about
people.
one person and well, two people.
Yeah.
Um,
But would you like to plug some stuff for you?
That would be great, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
go
as I
for it.
mentioned, I'm a jazz studies student here. I play drums for a combo. We have a concert coming up. It's on April 23rd in the Ludwig Recital Hall at 7 p.m. It's free of charge. Really good music there.
That's next next
No,
Thursday?
it's April 23rd.
Oh,
so
April.
it's a while from now, yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I mentioned the acapella groups, but I'm in 2 acapella groups here on campus. One being the Kent Clarks. I joined them my first semester, so last semester. We also have a concert April 27th, 7 p.m. in the Kiva. It's $3 for students and $5 for adults. And then Momentum Acapella. It's all male acapella group. It's the first one here on campus. We have a concert as well, April 24th. That's 7:30 in Cartwright Hall, which was really expensive to get. So we're excited for that. You can get pre-sale tickets for $3 on Fresh Tix, so FreshTix.com, or you can pay $6 at the door for those. So those will be really awesome shows. So anybody
Nice.
wants to come out, that'd be awesome.
I think Jordan, who was on the podcast last week.
Jordan Yule.
Yeah, Jordan Yule was
Homecoming
also-
King, president.
Yeah.
Not president.
Homecoming King.
President.
Homecoming King.
He's not president, but he is
yeah.
king.
I think he was also.
President of the United
I think
Yeah.
he was part of the Ken Clarks too. Wasn't
He was.
Yeah.
I was gonna say president of like the Clarks. I think he was at one
Oh, really?
point, but I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe.
He
I
was
would.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he was.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta mention
Jordan.
that to
Jordan's
him.
been part of everything. I
You
love
guys have this
Jordan.
beef. It's not real.
I'm gonna. It'll never end. All right.
It's not real, but go on.
It happens in their downtime too. It's like it just like no one's around. They'll just
No
have
one's
beef.
around, and we just go at it.
Yeah. But anyway, no. But thank you for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been a very fun time
Yeah.
talking
It was
about
awesome.
because there's so much to talk about when it comes to music.
Where
It's-
can people follow you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'm on Instagram. It's just @_JT Smith. Pretty simple. Same with on Twitter, but I don't use that a whole lot.
Same, I don't use Twitter.
Underscore JT Smith.
_JT Smith.
There we go. That's where you can find them.
Yeah, and then also my band, one of my metal bands.
Oh, yeah.
It's just our band's called Northern Light, singular, not plural. That's a lot of people
Northern
confuse
Light.
that. It's @Northern Light OH for Ohio. Northern Light OH.
There you
Yeah.
go. Give them a listen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where the podcast ends today. We don't really have that much KSUIF news because everything's sort of on their way.
the thing in May.
The
Oh
thing in
yeah,
May.
the Kent State Film Festival. Yes, we are.
Oh sweet.
Oh yeah.
There's more information about that on the website. If you go to the KentStateFilms.com.
And I'm sure we'll talk about more next week.
We're
too.
going to talk about more as it gets closer because it is a very big event. And
Yeah.
I really hope everyone kind of pitches in at least a project that they've made in the past year or so
Mhm.
to show off because it's going to be a very fun time. But if you want more information about the Kent State Film Festival, it is live on our website, KentStateFilms.com, and you can find it in the banner that's titled the Kent State Film Festival. If you click on the banner, you will get all the information. You can look through the guidelines. If you want to submit your own project, you can absolutely do that. There are guidelines, but can't get further into it right now because I know some things are still up in the air and still things are still being decided. And I know that we've decided on a place. It's going to be in Schwartz,
Okay.
south of campus.
Not the Kiva.
Not the Kiva. It'll be in Schwartz because they have a nice little area that we can do stuff in.
All right. Is it gonna
Um,
be an outside venue?
It's going to be an inside
Are
venue.
we having a drive?
No, it is inside.
I'm gonna do a drive-in.
We're a drive-in. Yeah.
Movies on the
Tell Ash to
lawn.
make it a drive-in.
We're
Movies on the lawn. We can do it on the
movies on the lawn. Oh my god.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. But next week, because this episode comes out, we will be on spring break. So the next episode will be a little bit different.
Well, no, because
No.
we'll still
No,
have.
no,
We'll
because
still have next
No.
Friday. Will come out on spring.
no, because
break.
this comes out next week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we're recording that. That next episode comes out
on spring break.
on spring break.
Yeah. So
When-
we're not missing a day. We're dedicated.
We're dedicated. It'll still come out on spring break. So yeah, because remember, it's coming out Monday.
Yeah.
Right? I know my calendars. I know how this
Take
works. all
spring
right?
break to binge listen to all of these podcasts and listen to us all degrade mentally.
By that point, it'll be the same amount of time to watch all of Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah,
All of
that's
Umbrella
right.
Academy. Yeah, that's it for the podcast. Be sure to follow KSUIF on Twitter. We actually have a new handle. It's just KSUIF on Twitter.
Finally.
No longer KSUIF2. It's
Finally.
KSUIF on Twitter.
Sweet.
But it's still KSUIF 2018 on Instagram.
I finally sold the original to you guys.
You never owned it. But yeah, it's KSUIF on Twitter, KSUIF 2018 on Instagram, and of course you can find us on YouTube at Kent State University Films. And our
Stop
website.
it.
Sorry, I was rubbing my laptop.
You were the reason these podcasts can't end on time.
Yeah.
But
Also
anyway.
follow me on Instagram, m.tkeski. Feel free.
I don't feel
I'll
like
probably
plugging
follow
myself
back.
this episode.
You can follow him at that one orange cat.
No, it's the one Mackerman, the one orange cat Garfield.
Oh, that wasn't it.
Thank you for listening to the podcast, everybody. You have a good week.
Bye.